the Chief of Policy and Plans, Major General A.B. Omosuji, to please deliver the welcome address. The Chief of Policy and Plans, please. Please let's usher him to the podium with a round of applause.
I am delighted to welcome the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, and all participants to the Army Headquarters Command Mess 1 Abuja for the Chief of Army Staff's First Quarter Conference 2022. Let me first thank the Almighty God for granting everyone journey mercies from their various destinations to Abuja and for making it possible for us to hold this conference as scheduled in the Nigerian Army Forecast of Events 2022. It is obvious that much has happened since we last met for the annual conference that was held at this same venue between the 6th and 11th of December last year. There have been significant progress in our operations on all fronts and increased activities in the political landscape of our dear country as we draw close to the 2023 general elections. All these happenings have necessitated a meeting of this nature for us to review our operations and other activities with a view to improving our general performance as we continue to strive to actualize the Chief of Army Staff's vision for the Nigerian Army. In line with the directive of the Chief of Army Staff, we have increased the attendance to this conference by involving the commandants of key Nigerian Army schools and other heads of establishments. It is therefore expected that all participants will make invaluable contributions that will impact positively on our collective efforts to improve national security. At this juncture, let me reiterate that the briefs and presentations to be delivered in this conference will be focused on key areas requiring deliberate appraisal. I would therefore urge all participants to remain focused and take active part. Finally, I wish to respectfully state that this welcome address will not be complete without appreciating our amiable Chief of Army Staff for authorizing the logistics for this conference. Thank you very much, sir. Once more, I welcome you all to this First Quarter Conference 2022 and urge all participants to contribute meaningfully throughout this event. On this note, it is my singular honor and privilege to respectfully invite the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, Nigerian Army Medal, to give his opening remarks and formally declare this conference open. Thank you very much, sir.
It is indeed with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the Chief of Army Staff First Quarter Conference 2022. My appreciation first goes to the Almighty God for making it today possible for us to hold this conference in accordance with our scheduled activities in the focus of event 2022. I also appreciate my field commanders, principal staff officers, and indeed all the officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army who continue to dedicate themselves in the discharge of their constitutional roles. I therefore urge you all in this conference to contribute freely and effectively towards improving our performances across the theaters and all other spheres of our engagements. In retrospect, it is worthy to recall that the state of security in Nigeria on assumption of command was marked by heightened insecurity in the northeast, banditry in the northwest, as well as agitation for secession and sundry disturbances in other parts of the country. This was the situation when I assumed office. May 27, 2021. Consequently, my focus was directed towards improved personnel development in order to reinvigorate and rejuvenate the troops towards achieving the constitutional mandate of the Army. This has been largely achieved with the increasing equipping of the Nigerian Army, which has made the force better poised to tackle the myriad of contemporary and emerging security threats. The increased deployment of Nigerian Army troops in various theaters of operation across the country, as well as the creation of new units and forward operating bases, have provided the much needed impetus in our operations, with several successes recorded. Our modest successes against the terrorists in the Northeast are being recognized and applauded in the global index. Equally, our untiring efforts and gains against the armed bandits and other violent criminals in the Northwest and North Central, secessionists in the Southeast, and other criminals in other geopolitical zones are also gaining successes. This was achieved through increased synergy with our sister services, the Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, other security agencies, and the stakeholders. Furthermore, training activities such as Exercise 2 Hope and Exercise Project Stinger, in conjunction with foreign partners, are yielding the desired results and will be accordingly maintained. With the gradual waning of the impact of COVID-19 on the global front, more collaboration will be sought with foreign partners in various spheres. It is also heartwarming to note that, in line with my vision to promote jointness in operations, Nigerian Army has continued to contribute successfully in several joint operations across the country. We will continue to work assiduously with Nigerian Navy, the Nigerian Air Force, as well as other security agencies and relevant stakeholders toward ensuring enduring peace in our nation. Within the last 1 year, the Nigerian Army has embarked on a number of infrastructural development projects. We have undertook further force restructuring as well as optimized logistics support, among others. The procurement and deployment of several platforms, particularly armored fighting vehicles and artillery pieces, into the theaters of operation have immensely improved and enhanced our performance. The professional employment of these hardwares, coupled with the astute leadership provided by field commanders, have led to the success recorded so far. We will forever remain grateful, therefore, to the Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, for making the much-needed provisions and for his strategic guidance. His continuous support and confidence repose in us, in the Nigerian Army. We equally appreciate all others at all levels who support and continue to contribute to our effort at enhancing the operational effectiveness of the Nigerian Army. We shall continue to force ahead with even greater vigor, commitment, and dedication, and would not let Nigerians down. We have also evolved seamless administrative measures and improved tremendously on welfare packages to boost the morale of our troops. Some of our new welfare packages aimed at improving the overall well-being of the troops will be unveiled in the course of this conference. The Nigerian Army has also intensified its civil-military relations efforts and imbibed the best global practices in the conduct of various operations in line with the principle of laws of armed conflict, as well as promotion and respect for fundamental human rights. This was most evident in the professional conduct of troops during Operation Safe Conduct, while in support of civil authority during the conduct of the recently concluded Anambra state elections in November 2021. This will be the benchmark for any such engagements in the future. In the bid to consolidate on the success attained so far, deliberate effort will be made throughout this conference to upgrade our ongoing operations and activities. Our discussion will be focused on achieving the overall objective of better positioning the Nigerian Army to decisively confront the prevailing security challenges in the country. Such timely evaluation is critical in galvanizing our collective strength and eliminating our weaknesses. I'm therefore quite optimistic that the briefs and presentation lined up for this conference will generate robust deliberations as well as strategies to spur the Nigerian Army to greater heights this year and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, it is on this note that I have the honor to declare the conference open and wish us all fruitful deliberations. Thank you all, and God bless.
At this point, with your kind permission, Chief of Army Staff, sir, may I please request all participants to please rise gracefully and file out the photo stand in front of Dr. Smith for the group photo.
Conferences are held each quarter in order to appraise our activities, and now once annually to also reconsider all our operations. The last one that was held was annual conference in December. It's about 3 months in that time, so it's time also to gather all field commanders, all principal officers and principal actors to review our activities, appraise our conduct, our successes, and see challenges, and see the way how to forge ahead. Like I have mentioned, since the last conference, we have achieved a lot of successes despite all challenges. Our successes recorded, particularly against terrorism in the Northeast, is internationally acknowledged in the global index of terrorism. So also our own effort and successes in the Northwest and North Central, despite all challenges, we are gaining successes. There are still challenges here and there, which is part of our engagement. Military operations and security operations are always there like that. Despite all success, sometimes you have some occasional resurface here and there. And now all those indices are among other things what I would going to consider in this conference and come up with even more robust ways of addressing them, including, of course, addressing our other admin, logistics, and other areas that need attention. We cannot but thank and appreciate Mr. President every time for all the support, for the strategic guidance, for the confidence he continuously reposed in us to do our job, and want to assure Nigerians that won't let them down. We'll continue to forge ahead, we'll integrate our operational activities, and we will get there by the grace of God.